Hi, welcome to Boyd's Bay Houseboat Holidays. We're just going to run through a couple of things with you today to prepare you for your trip, just so you can have a fantastic time. As you can see, there's plenty of parking here at the Tweed Marina for you and your guests. Park your car, come and see us at the office to check in, and then grab one of these silver trolleys, load up your gear and head on down to the boat. Welcome, here we are on the Tweed Princess. We're going to start off today upstairs on the upper deck. We're going to run through a couple of things. We're going to start off with some features of the boat, then we'll run through some safety equipment, so let's get into it. Let's start off with the lights. The light switches, we've got one over on the port side here. We've also got another one over there on the starboard side wall also. Underneath the light switch is a fire extinguisher. And then back over to this side, we have a life ring. There are several life rings on board the boat, placed strategically. Over here, we've got our life jackets under this bench here. There's 12 life jackets on this boat. If you do need additional life jackets for any children coming on board, please let us know and we're more than happy to provide them for you. With your life jackets, they're very easy to put on. Just put this over your head like so. The strap goes underneath your arm. And then clips in like so. And then you pull that nice and tight. So if you're planning on getting in the spa this weekend, it's really simple to use. It's just got your hot and cold tap, just like your bathtub at home. Put your plug in, fill it up. Then if you do want bubbles in your spa, it's just a matter of starting up your generator to give you some power. To start your generator, it's really easy. Just click your choke on, turn it on here, and then just give her a pull. Once the generator's running, you then hit this white button on the spa, and that will generate the bubbles for you. So here we are downstairs at the back of the boat. Probably one of the most important things on the vessel is to make sure that your main engines are in the water before you start them at the helm. So once you tilt them up and down, always have somebody walk back here and actually make sure that they are down in the water before you start them. Also with your swim ladder, make sure your swim ladder is out of the water. It drops down like so, and just bring it up before you do move the boat. Over here we've got the back sink for cleaning all the big fish you're going to be catching. And under the sink we actually have an emergency anchor. It is for emergency use only. If there is a problem with the main anchor, come back here, drag that out, throw it overboard, tie it to the boat and call us immediately. Got your life ring there, you've got fire extinguishers there. Let's come inside. So one of the most important things on board is the toilet. Okay, it's very, very easy to operate, but you just got to remember it's not like a house toilet. You need to be very careful. Only small amounts of toilet paper, no tampons, no baby wipes, nothing goes down that toilet except for small amounts of toilet paper and human waste. To flush the toilet, just a matter of lifting up the lid, and you've got a step on the side here. You push that all the way down and hold it down. Flush as much water as you want through it. It's drawing up water from the river, and it's got a very, very large black water tank. So if you do have children on board, it's a good idea to keep an eye on them and just make sure they don't block it up with toilet paper. So here we are in the galley of Tweed Princess. We've got your fridge. Just remember it is a gas fridge. They're not as economical as a normal house fridge, so it's a good idea to put all your drinks in the esky upstairs. That'll prevent everybody opening it every 5 minutes to get themselves out a drink. With your cooking, everything is also on gas. To light it all up, it's just a matter of pushing that button in, turning it and lighting it up. Hold it in for a few seconds, then let it go, and that flame will stay lit. Also in the galley, we've got our fire blanket and a little first aid kit, just in case you need it. Okay, so it's a good idea to travel with the current whenever you can. You're going to get there a little bit quicker, you're going to save yourself time, you're going to save yourself money. When you do find a spot where you want to anchor up the boat, go past it a little bit and turn it around so you're going against the current, just for those last 20 meters or so. Pick a spot in your head, like where one of those sailboats is over there, glide on in and knock it into neutral. And the current's going to slow you down. The current is going to be your brakes. Once you think the boat has come to a complete stop, then we're going to start lowering our anchor. And the current's going to bring you back. Okay, we're going to put 20 meters of chain out. 20 meters every time you stop this boat and you'll have no trouble whatsoever. Let's go through the actions of actually dropping the anchor. It's very simple. Once you think the boat's come to a complete stop, you're going to let out that 20 meters of chain. It's just a matter of coming over here. We've got our anchor control here. Up is up and down is down. So we're just going to drop that down now. The first mark you're going to see is the 5 meter mark. And that's marked from a couple of cable ties. There's a couple of cable ties on the actual chain. So the first set of cable ties is your 5 meter mark. Keep dropping until you get to the second set of cable ties, and that is your 20 meter mark. 20 meters of chain is what you need to drop every time you stop this boat, and you'll have no trouble whatsoever. Once you get to your 20 meter mark, we're going to put a little hook on that chain, and we're going to let out a little bit more chain so the chain goes slack. Come outside and I'll just show you how to do that. So once we get to our 20 meter mark on our chain, we're going to attach this snubbing hook. It goes over the link just like so. And then I'm going to put my hand back through the window here, and I'm just going to let out just a little bit more chain. Just so the chain goes slack. Now the chain's slack, all the weight's actually on this rope, and there's nothing grinding on the mechanics of the winch. Okay, so the time has come where you want to move the boat. You're anchored up. First thing we need to do is, we need to make sure that our engines are in the water. We have our tilt for our motors, up and down. Always bring them both up together and always drop them both down together. We're going to push those both down like so. And then we always walk back there and make sure that the engines are in the water before we actually start them up. To start your engines, this key is for your port engine, which is your left-hand side engine, and this key is for your starboard engine, which is your right-hand side engine. It's just a matter of turning it on. You'll hear a beep, and then start it up like so. Same with the starboard. Beep, and then they're both running. When you are driving the boat, please don't go over 4,000 RPM. 4,000 RPM is the right speed to be running at. You've got your throttle controls over here, and each control is for each side engine. So this is for your port engine, which is your left engine, and this one is for your starboard engine, which is your right-hand side engine. Always try and use them both together. And that's in gear now, and then you can accelerate from there. When you are bringing them back to stop the boat, they will click, but they still will be engaged. So you have to make sure that they are up at 90 degrees, and that is the neutral position. So once your engines are running, let them warm up for a couple of minutes. Then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our hook off. To do that, it's just a matter of operating the anchor switch here. And then if you have somebody out there to help you just to take the hook off, makes it a little bit easier for you. Just make sure everybody's clear of that chain and that windlass before you start picking up. Now there's going to be a lot of tension on that chain. The current on the Tweed River is very, very strong, so there's going to be a lot of tension on that chain. So you need to use your engines forward and drive up to your anchor chain. And as the chain goes slack, we're going to pick the chain up little by little. Keep driving up, drive up, pick the chain up little by little, little by little, and eventually you're going to get back to your first 5 meter mark. Those couple of cable ties, your first 5 meter mark. Once you get to your 5 meter mark, you know you've got 5 meters to go. The anchor's probably off the bottom. If it's not, it's going to be pretty soon, and you're going to have full control of the boat. When you are picking up your anchor, you don't have to bring it all the way home. Just bring it until your shackle is at the top of the red roller, just like so. Here we are on our dinghy. This is our little 3 horsepower engine. I'm going to show you how to start it. First thing is, this is your gear on the left-hand side as you look at the engine. That's forward, that's neutral. Forward, neutral. On the other side, we've got our fuel. We need to turn our fuel on. Out is on. Okay, out is on. Next, we open up the little breather, this little grey cap on top of the fuel cap. That's your breather for your tank. Open that up. And then lastly, there's 2 arrows just here on your handle. See the main arrow there, and the second arrow there. Just line those up. Next thing you do is, just grab the cord, take the compression, give her a little bit of a pull, and she'll start first go every time. To drive, now you just click it into gear, and away you go. Back into neutral. To stop the engine, you hit the red button, and that'll stop your engine. Okay? Remember to turn your fuel off when you're done, and also really important to close that little breather. If any rain or condensation get into the fuel tank, it's game over and the engine will not work. If it's a little bit cold in the mornings, this is your choke. You pull this out, okay? That's your choke. Pull it out, give it 1 or 2 pulls, and then that should get you going. I wouldn't use the choke for the rest of the day. They're really temperamental, these little engines, and you will flood it if you do use it too much. Here's your extra 5 litres of fuel, okay? These engines are 2-stroke, which means there's oil mixed in with the fuel, a special oil. Just bring this in over night time, don't leave it in the boat. Bring it in over night time. And just remember, we are in New South Wales here. Okay, we are in New South Wales, so if you're in this boat on your own, you need to wear a life jacket. If you're in this boat with 2 or more people, you don't need to wear the life jacket, but there need to be enough life jackets in the boat. So just grab a couple of spare life jackets from where they are on the main houseboat and keep them in here, and just bring them in over night time when you bring your fuel in. Just remember also, if there's any children on board and they're under 12 years of age, they need to wear a life jacket at all times in this dinghy. So that's it for the Tweed Princess. Have a safe trip and we'll see you when you get back.